Hey, good evening. It's Joy, and I wanted to come and do a quick little tutorial, I guess, on how to make wire beads. What I have, it looks like this, and it comes in two different sizes. I'll show you the other side. And it's a thicker one that looks like this, and then this piece here. Now it has this hole on it because you could actually mount it like on a wood block or something. If you have a wood block, you just run a nail through there or a screw through there, and this is your base for twirling your wire. So what I'm going to do is, and then there's two different size holes. So you see the small hole and the big hole, and you put them in accordingly. So I'm going to stick that in the small hole. And I have from Parawire, and you can get their wire from parawire.com. They have all different colors, all different gauges, and they're pretty affordable. So I'm not huge on wire. I don't use a lot of wire in my jewelry making, but this wire here, I just got it because they had so many colors, and they're pretty cheap. So what you do is you take your wire and you can leave it on the roll, and then you want to catch it somewhere in between the handle. Now I usually like kind of weave it through so it's on the back side, and then I take it and cross it over into the front, and then just make a little hook like that. Then whichever way you're going to turn, you want the wire to be on the opposite way. So I usually turn out like that, so I have the wire like hitting the back, and then I turn, and I just hold on to it. So as you turn, and I kind of hold it down the side of it. So as you turn, there we go, it'll start to coil around the thingamajig. You see that? Wait, where's my camera? You see how that is? So you just turn and it coils around. And the smoother you hold it and kind of just let it do what it's going to do, it gives you a smoother coil. So I ran about,
giving you better lighting.
My lighting manager is over here giving me lighting. And if you get a gap in it like that, just press it and it'll close up. So I'm going to run that like this, and I'm going to do probably about 5 inches of coil. So do about that much. I take my nippers and I go down just a little ways, probably about 1 inch off of the thingamajig. Pull that out, and then undo the hook part that you catch. And then this part is a little tricky because it's tight, but if you just kind of push it around like the way you were spinning, and it'll start to loosen up, and as you're turning, kind of pull at the same time. And then it slides off and it looks like this. So the next piece to it, and I'm making this. So the next piece to it, as you see, this is just straight, but you could use this as a narrow coil bead because it's hollow. You can just slip your beading wire or more wire through it, and it's pretty sturdy. So what you do is, after you take off your coil, you hook it back onto your thingamajig. And I'm trying to do this really fast because I don't want this video to be long since I can't edit. You hook it back on there like that. Same principle, whichever way you spin, you want it to be opposite. So I spin out that way, I have it facing me. So then you just go ahead and spin again. Kind of leave a little bit of a gap. You see how it's a little bit of the coil piece above the thingamajig. Try to leave a little bit, so you might have to raise that up a little bit. And then you just spin it like you're coiling again. And it'll open up your spirals. And you come out with something like that. And if the spacing's off, and you take it off the same way, the spacing's off, just push it together because it's wire, and now by this point it's warm, so it's easy, it's pliable, it'll move. So just push it back together, kind of readjust your coils. These come off easier because they're wider, and there you have a wire bead. Then what you want to do is, you see here, I have hooks on the end because I'm going to use these as beads and connectors. So what you do is, after you take them off, you'll have something squiggly and dusty looking like this.
Nice, all really pretty.
So I'm going to twist this around a little bit and open up those top coils. So there, I just adjusted the end piece. I was working on this when I decided I should probably do a video. So this one's already coiled. Then take my pliers, kind of pull it around a little bit. And I'm bending it out like I would if I was getting ready to make, like I'm getting ready to make one of these. This is kind of a basic hook that you use. This one's not twisted all the way. But after I do that, then I take my round nose pliers, bend it over just as if I was, trim that off a little bit. Sorry. Use safety goggles, children. I'm going to just twist that over. Once I make the hook, then you can reposition your pliers and continue around. And then to close it up, just pull it a little bit. You might have to change pliers a couple times. But close it up a little bit so you can position your hook so that when you get ready to start connecting, it sits fine. So there you have it. It's loopy-doopy, but all that could be repositioned. And the ends are finished. So now the ends are finished. It looks like it's coming right out of the center of it, so that when you put your bead on, it will sit nice on your piece of jewelry, whatever it is that you're doing. So that's it. That's how to do a wire bead. Gonna be connecting it with some beads. The color looks a little bit off, but it's like a sea foam. And in this acrylic bead here, it's the same color as the wire. So I'm going to be blending that up, and just thought it'd be a cool idea to show you guys a little wire technique. So I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!